Guys and girls need to remember the fact that Frankie is with me. She keeps getting a lot of message requests and friends requests. She's not going to accept, especially tramps like yous. And if you want to keep your kneecaps, I suggest you stop sending her them. She's with the #1 psycho.
Star was loved and cherished by her Aunt Alicia and by her great-grandparents.
She was just a bubbly little smiley baby.
Come here.
She was adored too by her regular babysitter Holly.
She loved playing or dancing. She never liked toys or playing with toys. She'd much rather play hide and seek.
Star, do you love your mums?
But Star's playful nature seems to have abandoned her in this clip with mother Frankie Smith. Smith admitted in court she'd been a cruel mum.
We were hearing things like she were being slam choked. Now we didn't know what that was. It's something to do with you grab them round the neck and throw them onto bed or something. It's something you do if you were karate or something like that, but it's not sort of the thing you'd associate with a 10-month, 11-month-old baby.
On Facebook, David posted a picture of what Star looked like living with him, alongside a picture he'd seen of Star with bruising. "What's going on, Frankie?" he asked.
Look, I says, how come every time you've got Star, she comes back covered in bruises? So we keep seeing pictures of her. We've seen her Yvonne Walker, and she's covered in bruises. She says, all kids get bruises. Yeah, but I said, it's like she didn't have any bruises when she was with us.
Numerous family and friends made referrals to social services about Brockhill and Smith's treatment of Star, including David and his partner, Anita. But the women told caseworkers the complaints were malicious, the bruises accidental. Authorities closed the case without telling David and Anita. You communicated with them, but they never got back to you?
They never got back to us.
And they never cross-referenced anything?
No, never heard a thing, no.
Do you see that as a failing?
Yes.
Footage of Star with her killer, Brockhill, is unnerving. Unlike with her aunt, Star doesn't kiss back. Brockhill's apparent affection is mixed with insults.
Pretty girl. You a spoiled pretty girl. Round around the garden like a teddy bear.
Star's great-grandparents, who looked after her for 11 weeks earlier in the year, had become increasingly worried.
Everywhere. Serious girl, aren't you? Deadly.
The evidence of cruelty stacked up. The lover, Brockhill, was contracted to provide out-of-hours security at a recycling plant on this industrial estate in Doncaster. Sometimes she brought Starr with her on the job. Clearly, it's highly unusual for a security worker to bring a toddler to work on an industrial estate. And when police discovered that's what Brockhill had done, they did a CCTV trawl and discovered footage of her beating Starr 21 times.
The service, is the patient breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing.
Is she conscious?
Yeah. She's a bit of both, really. Basically, it's my partner's daughter. It's my little girl as well. I brought her up. We've got all 3 children here playing, and I was in the kitchen making a coffee, and they've been in the living room, and I heard a bang. So I came out, and the little lad stood there, and the little girl's on the floor, and she was crying, and then she stopped crying, and then she was sick, and now she's just a little bit floppy, to be honest with you.
And what do you know what the bang was?
No, I don't know I don't know if she's fallen off of the sofa, or I don't know. Just the 3 of them playing with us. And
right.
he just said start, and when I walked in, she was laid on the floor. Shush, darling.
So you heard a bang, the patient was on the floor.
I've heard a bang, yeah. I came in, and the little lad was saying star, which is the little girl.
Yeah.
So I've obviously shouted to mummy, said sit up, star. So I sat her up, and I started to rub her back, because she was like breathing, but like struggling.
Yeah.
So I was rubbing her back. She started to be sick. So I laid her on the floor,
yeah.
Put her in like CPR position, started to run her back. She started to lose breath. So I performed CPR on her.
So you've done CPR on her?
Yeah, I've done CPR. I've got her in the position, the recovery position now.
Smith and Brockhill both claimed to be out of the room when Starr was beaten and left with catastrophic abdominal injuries. But they were both in the flat, and they Googled how to bring a baby out of shock 11 minutes before Brockhill had this 999 conversation. When paramedics arrived, it was too late. A post-mortem found the toddler had other injuries, including a fractured skull and leg. Those who'd seen Starr had flagged their concerns, including Frankie's friend and babysitter, Holly.
It was heartbreaking the last time I saw her. It was horrible.
Describe how she was?
Just distant. She was very clingy, but not like a good clingy. It was very much like she wouldn't let go of me. And just, it wasn't like, I've never seen a depressed baby, but that is what it was like. It was, I think, that day I saw her, I think will scar me for the rest of it.
The day before Starr's death, CCTV showed her mother dragging her through this part of Bradford like a puppet, the child crying when trying to walk. But when Smith suggested taking her to hospital, Brockhill said Starr was just having a tantrum. We now know she had a fractured leg. Starr's case raises more questions about the protection of children.
her smile and her laugh. I'll never forget that. It was such a unique laugh.
What makes this doubly shocking is that Star had loving extended family. Multiple alerts flagged the dangers, but somehow that didn't lead to the action that could have saved her.
Savannah Brockhill, the partner of the mother of Star Hobson, has been given a life sentence for the murder of the 16-month-old toddler. She will have to serve a minimum of 25 years. And the mother of Star Hobson has been given a sentence of 8 years, and that's for causing or allowing the death of Star Hobson. I can give you some details that were read by Mrs. Justice, the judge inside and across this trial, which has been going on for 8 weeks or so. The judge had said to Frankie Smith, despite the evidence, you failed to seek help, you failed to disassociate yourself from Savannah, continuing the relationship for your own ends. You allowed her into your flat, gave unsupervised access to Star, and that is why she's been given 8 years for her role in the death of...
A particularly upsetting, distressing investigation for everybody involved. No child should ever suffer as Star suffered, and particularly not at the hands of those that are supposed to be caring for them and love them the most. Her Honour Justice Lambert has paid tribute to the jury because of the harrowing nature of the evidence that's had to be heard over the last 8 weeks. I want to pay tribute to my investigation team who worked tirelessly in very difficult situation and very emotional circumstances to bring the evidence together and secure these verdicts today.